Hey there, it's a little bit again, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Shamballa bracelet, also known as a disco ball bracelet. I've seen a lot of kids wear them nowadays. And all you're going to need is a pair of scissors. You're going to also need some hemp cord. And it doesn't really matter what size you get. All that matters is if it fits through your beads. Also, you're going to need a beading cord. I like to use the black kind because I think it looks nicer. Also, it's just any kind of beads. Just make sure they do fit through your hemp cord. Okay? It doesn't matter if they fit through here, because that's not where you're putting it through. Just make sure it fits through here. And I'm also going to add like a little accessory on it. So that's why I bought this. And make sure you get glue. And I like using this kind of glue, E6000. I think this personally works the best. And I also rigged up this board with 2 nails. You'll see why in a little bit, but I recommend doing this. It makes things a whole lot easier. Alright, now what I recommend is you put this around to measure how long you want your twine to be. So you put it around your wrist and you measure it and you clamp it like that. That's how much I want it to be. Just kind of scoop it off, and you want it to be like 3 inches longer. So you tie it. There we go. What I'm gonna do is cut it off like right around there. You want to have like at least that much longer, and you'll see why at the very end. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is, as you can see, I laid out my beads of how I want it to look. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the beads on. And then put the last bead on. And now I tie it in a knot. Don't tie it too tight. And you can tie it tight, but remember, you got to untie both knots. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to grab our beading cord. Okay, now as you can see, I took the beading cord and put it under this main cord. And now all we're going to do is they're called square knots. Okay? Now, how I'm going to start this is we're going to make a P with this cord. I'm going to grab it right here on top. Okay? I'm going to take this side of the cord and put it on top. We're going to take this and go under. Now I'm grabbing it. And we're pulling it through. And you see it's kind of like a pretzel right here? That's how you want it to look. And you're going to pull it up, all the way up here. Make sure you get it tight. Pull this. Make it tight. And then you're going to do the same thing, but go under. How I do it is I go under, and then you go under, and then this cord goes under this one, under, and then you take this cord that you just went under this one, bring it over, like that. See? And make sure you make them tight. And then you just repeat the process over and over again. Let me show you another one. You keep on going, you keep on doing it again. So over, take this one over, and then you go under. There's your pretzel. You go under. Make sure this cord is under here. Under, over. Then you tighten it. Okay. That's why it's so important to have this right here. It makes it so much easier. Alright, as you can see, I started it quite a little bit. Now I'm going to show you how to add a bead. Same concept, you're still going to keep on with your square knots. Okay, so like I said, you're going to start with your, your P. Okay, so you're going to go over, over, and under. Bring it through. And there's your pretzel. Just like so. Make sure when you're doing this though, you hold this up. Make sure this is tight and goes around here like that. Pull it tight so this stays in there tight. Yep, and that's staying in there pretty tight. And go under, under, over. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these two strings and tie them. And then, so you take your glue, and you want to put a dab right there. Tie it down tight. Kind of spread it around with your finger, or you can just use something else, but I always just use my finger. Don't sniff it, Frankie. Then just cut it. That's not good for you. Don't sniff it. And yeah, cut it a little bit closer. And this way it prevents it from fraying at the ends and it keeps it all together. And then from here on I'm going to show you how to finish it off. So this is what it looks like so far. Alright, I'm going to show you how to finish off your bracelet. So what we're going to do is I already trimmed off the extra twine I had. You want to make sure you have like a couple inches left over. So what I do is, this is just a little trick I use because I find it a lot easier, is once you get this lined up like this, is I take some tape, take a little piece off, and I put it on here, like that, just to keep the strings together. And you take your twine, and you're basically doing your square knots all over again. So, go. Make your P. Over, over, under. There you go. And then under, under, over. Pull it tight. And then you just keep on going. Alright, as you can see, I just got done doing my square knots on here. Now all we have to do is just tie our knot on here. And what I recommend is tying your knot on the inside. So let's just tie our knot. Yeah, you want to eat that? So just tie your knot. And again, we take our glue. If I can get it open. Take it away from him. Tie it tight. Then throw it around with your fingers a little bit. And get as close as you can. Make sure you don't cut your other string. Cut it. And cut that. And there you go. Then all we have to do is put the finishing touches on it. Wiggle this around a little bit to make it easier to pull on. Because at first, just let this glue dry a little bit. So we got our bracelet. It's pretty much finished. Now all we have to do is put on our finishing touches. So I got my bead, put it on the string already, and all I have to do is put a knot at the end. Just a regular old knot. Just like that. And I'm going to do both ends. And you cut off all this extra, make it look pretty. Then, so when you stretch it out, the string doesn't go through. And there you go. Got your bracelet. Now you can tighten it. Alright, well thank you for joining me for another DIY video.